Let's find out. Ever wondered if your furry friend would have your back in a pinch? Well, wonder no more. Like, maybe you're walking down the street, minding your own business, looking fabulous in your new jeans, and bam! Someone tries to mess with your vibe. Would your little fluff ball just lick the hand of the enemy or unleash their inner beast mode? We're about to dive deep into the doggy psyche and uncover the top 10 signs your dog is secretly judging your self-defense skills and compensating for them with hardcore loyalty. Okay, first up, we gotta talk about loyalty. We're talking full-on, I'd jump off a bridge if you did kind of loyalty. You know the type, you're binge-watching bad reality TV in your pajamas and they're like, this is the best day ever, I'm with my human. A loyal doggo is basically attached to you at the hip. They follow you to the bathroom, they sleep next to your bed, and they probably even try to steal your socks. No judgment, my dog thinks socks are delicious. This unwavering devotion means they're always there, ready to defend their favorite human. That's you, in case you forgot. They might not be able to call 911, but they can bark like crazy and scare the bejesus out of any suspicious characters lurking around. It's like having a furry little bodyguard who thinks you're the coolest person on the planet, even if you haven't showered in 2 days. No judgment here. Next up, we have alertness. Is your dog basically the canine equivalent of a night watchman? I mean, are their ears constantly perked up, listening for any little sound? Do they stare intently out the window like they're waiting for something exciting to happen? Or maybe just waiting for that squirrel to finally fall out of the tree? Well, guess what? That's not just boredom. That's your dog being on high alert, ready to protect your fortress of solitude, aka your apartment. They notice everything. That weird shadow in the hallway. They saw it. That car alarm that went off 3 blocks away. They heard it. And you know what? They're not afraid to let you know about it, even if it's just the neighbor's cat walking across the lawn at 3 a.m. They're basically the furry version of a home security system, except they run on treats and belly rubs instead of batteries. Okay, let's be real. Sometimes our furry little alarm systems can be a tad extra. We've all been there, right? You're trying to have a chill dinner party, and your dog decides it's the perfect time to unleash a symphony of barks that could rival a Metallica concert. But hey, before you get annoyed, remember that barking is just their way of saying, hey, stranger danger, I'm watching you. They're like the overprotective parent of the dog park, always ready to step in and defend their loved ones. Again, that's you. Now, I'm not saying you should encourage your dog to bark at every single person who walks by. We don't want to create a furry little monster, do we? But a well-placed woof at a creepy dude lurking in the bushes, that's just good old-fashioned protection. So next time your dog starts barking up a storm, just remember, they're not trying to annoy you. Well, maybe a little. They're just trying to keep you safe. It's their way of saying, I got you, fam. Physical positioning. Get behind me, human. I've got this. Have you ever noticed that when you encounter something a little sketchy, your dog suddenly transforms into your personal shield? They step right in front of you, chest puffed out, tail wagging with a purpose. Don't worry, they're not trying to steal your thunder. Well, maybe a little. They're just letting the world know. Back off, this one's mine. It's like they're saying, I may be small, but I'm mighty, and I will cut you if you mess with my human. Okay, maybe not cut you, but they'll definitely give you the stink eye and maybe even a warning growl. This physical positioning is a clear sign your doggo is ready to throw down, or at least look really scary, if anyone tries anything funny. They're your personal bodyguard, your furry knight in shining armor, and they're not afraid to use their body to protect you, even if it means sacrificing their personal bubble. And let's be honest, that's true love right there. Alright, guarding behavior. This one can be a little tricky because, let's face it, we all love a dog who's protective of their home and their humans. But there's a fine line between protective and possessive, and we don't want our furry little protectors turning into furry little dictators. So, what's considered normal guarding behavior? Well, it's perfectly natural for your dog to bark at the mailman. They all do it, right? Or to get a little territorial when someone new comes to visit. They might even sit by the door, keeping a watchful eye on everyone who enters and leaves. But if your dog starts growling at you when you try to move them from their favorite spot on the couch, or if they lunge at your friends every time they come over, well, that's when it might be time to call in a professional. We love a protective pup, but we also love our friends and our couches. Dogs may not speak our language, Although if I'm being honest, my dog gives me some pretty judgmental looks sometimes. But they're masters of non-verbal communication. We're talking about body language, people. And trust me, dogs have a whole dictionary of subtle cues that scream, "Don't mess with me or my human." First up, we have the classic whale eye. You know, when your dog gives you that side eye, and you can see the whites of their eyes. Yeah, that's not them being cute, that's them saying, "I'm uncomfortable." And I'm one step away from unleashing the fury. Then there's the lip licking, the yawning, the stiff posture, the tail tucked between the legs. All signs that your dog is feeling stressed or threatened. And if you see those hackles go up, you know it's about to go down. So pay attention to your dog's body language. They're trying to tell you something, and it's probably, "Let's get out of here," or "Don't make me release the Kraken." Okay, so you've determined that your dog is basically a four-legged superhero, ready to defend you from any and all threats, real or imagined, mostly imagined. That's awesome. But, and this is a big but, we don't want our furry protectors turning into, well, liabilities. That's where training and socialization come in. A well-trained dog is a happy dog, and a well-socialized dog is a dog who can tell the difference between a genuine threat and, the mailman just trying to do his job. Take your dog to obedience classes, teach them basic commands, and expose them to all sorts of people, places, and most importantly, other dogs. The more comfortable and confident your dog is, the better equipped they'll be to handle stressful situations and protect you when it really matters. Plus, a well-trained dog is just more fun to be around. They're like that friend who always knows the right thing to do, and they always bring the party. Except, the party is just a walk in the park. So, there you have it, folks. Top signs your dog is secretly judging your self-defense skills and ready to step in when you inevitably fail. Just kidding. Kind of. But seriously, dogs are amazing creatures with an incredible capacity for loyalty and protection. They're our best friends, our confidants, and sometimes our furry little bodyguards. Remember, every dog is different, and there's no one-size-fits-all answer to the question of whether or not your dog will protect you. But by paying attention to their behavior, you can get a pretty good idea of where they stand on the whole defending their human issue. And hey, even if your dog is more likely to lick an intruder to death than chase them away, you know they love you unconditionally. And that's all that really matters, right? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on the video on the screen to continue watching more awesome content.